Hi Scorpios, welcome to your reading for the summer solstice in 2025. Whenever you come across this reading, trust there's something here for you. This is Barefoot Mama Intuitive Reading. If you would like a personal reading, you can book one with me on my Etsy. The link is in the description box below. Otherwise, let's get started. Spirit, please protect this reading. Send any negative energy back to sender, transmuted tenfold for the greatest good of all and harm to none. Archangel Michael, please bring clear, concise messages through for my Scorpio collective. Mother Mary, please bring compassion to these messages. And Kali, let's cut energy ties to entities or energies no longer serving our highest good. Send them on to the next greatest plane of existence to finish out their karma there. Amen, amen. So mote it be. We have a number of cards that just came out. I wanted to just pick one. Blamelessness, courage, boldness, and openness. I'm just going to read the brief versions of each of these because they're pretty long. Blamelessness means we do not ride over our purity by overriding our mistake. So take full responsibility for the part you play and quickly make amends for our errors. Intelligibly focus on what can be said or done to transmute the challenging situation and take appropriate action. Then sit back and enjoy life's higher journey. Courage is not blindly overlooking that which is dangerous, but in studying and conquering it. Truth be told, the best hearts are forever the bravest. Boldness, it eliminates the worst statements of it might have been or it should have been and it could have been. I came, I saw, I conquered is the essence of this card. So that my true self, the essence of my true self is left behind and felt. This is testimony to our genuine greatness. And then openness allows us to expand our horizons beyond what we ever thought possible. Wow. Oh my goodness. All right, Scorpio. So the collective I'm speaking to is opening to a new sense of courage and boldness to go where no Scorpio has gone before. I don't know why that's coming through. Um, blamelessness though is interesting. As I was saying blamelessness, my attention was brought to the little Scorpio or scorpion stone thing here. And I think there might be part of you that feels like there's something in your nature that is like not quite why I don't know why user friendly is coming through. Not quite user friendly. So people who have tried to take advantage of you in the past have felt the sting of your stinger, and there might be a part of you that feels like bad about that, but I think the way this is coming through is like whatever happened in the past, those people needed to just get out of your way. There's something you're opening to that you came here to do. Moksha of Kali. I'm gonna pick this one for us today. It's super pretty. Number 39. Her passionate desire for your liberation is unflagging, and so your relief shall come swiftly. She is speaking to you from within. She is the voice of reassurance. Can you hear her? Trust her? Soon you will see things in a better light. You're going to be liberated from the struggle you're currently experiencing. Be true to yourself and your life path, and you will attract the way forward as obstacles disappear. Do not turn away, for you are destined to overcome all opposition, bringing your sacred path to fruition. Moksha is a Sanskrit term meaning freedom, in the sense of complete self-actualization and spiritual liberation. It refers to the attainment of enlightenment and is considered the final release from involuntary suffering. The distinction between voluntary and involuntary is made because at a high level, certain divine beings will take on the experience of suffering to assist those who are yet to experience moksha. They help to carry the load and move others forward. Our love for another, our compassion for their pain, may make us wish we could take on their suffering so they no longer need to struggle. This is counter to the divine perspective of higher beings. They enter into realm of suffering to assist all. The divine understands the purpose of suffering, that it can lead us towards wisdom, strength, and ultimately empowerment. There is no art to alleviating suffering without depriving the soul of the growth it can bring. There are loving divine beings of great wisdom, willing to help those trapped in suffering at all times. We can call for assistance whenever we find our pain difficult to bear, including the anguish we feel when faced with the struggles of others. These divine beings have sufficient wisdom and higher understanding to help in ways that create benefits for all. This says, if you've been working hard on an issue and wondering if it will ever give way to an improved set of circumstances, the oracle says that yes, a time of freedom from this difficulty is on its way. I love that. Openness with this flower. You're opening. You're having the courage to open, to be fully you, fully self-actualized, to feel blameless in who you are. The Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, and you're the Queen of Pentacles. Like, there's, okay, so something that's been coming up for Scorpios has been like this sense of shame around feeling like materially secure in the readings I've been doing. So if you grew up with the idea in your mind that in order to be humble or a good person, you couldn't also value material stability, that is going away. You're having the courage to let down your energetic walls right now for the Ten of Cups. The Fool reverse is interesting. Seven of Swords reversed. I feel like there's somebody, the Fool might be somebody else in your energy coming in to try and, with the Seven of Swords reversed and the Seven of Wands reversed, like, try and make you put your guard down, but it's like your guard is already down. And the idea that I get from this is it's somebody falling on their own sword while trying to, like, reveal yours, if that makes sense. You're in your Ten of Cups already, and whoever might be trying to get into your energy to reveal whatever that is just going to find your happiness. Two of Swords reversed, Two of Cups upright. Wow. You've already made the decision to be alchemized, self-actualized, or to be in a commitment or connection with another. The Sun, ultimate happiness, especially today, on the solstice. Wow. You might be feeling some big energies today. The Five of Wands, drama. Page of Cups, business. Page of Swords, new learning, and the Magician reversed. This sort of combination came out last draw. I think that these pages could be, with the whole idea of moksha, of Kali, these could be people around you who are more youthful in their minds or in their emotions, who are not aware of like what they're manifesting with their energies as they sort of like bendy them around. The Chariot reversed. I want to see, that's boldness. So you may have to I'm also getting this like Merlin vibe where if you're like a really awakened Scorpio and you come across drama, the polka dots are standing out. You might feel like kind of playful about it, and you might offer people like little emotional seeds or little like verbal or like mental seeds for thought that make them sort of second guess what it is that they're doing, because you know that they know better or that they could know better. Strength reversed, Nine of Pentacles, Judgment reversed, Seven of Pentacles. You may be like waffling back and forth on whether or not you are deserving of something. Judgment reverse says you are, you just need to step through the doorway. Seven of Pentacles, there's a number of sevens here. 7777. That's been coming out for Scorpios as well. July may make you feel the Chariot reverse, like you're not moving forward for some reason, or like you're taking 2 steps back. But the 2 steps back are they're necessary steps in order for you to feel like sufficiently socialized, if that makes sense. You might spend a lot of time in your own space, your own energy, or you might feel like good on your own. But in terms of like wanting to establish the fullness of a life beyond maybe your own connection with self or your own connection with in a relationship, there's also the idea of like an abundant community around you. And I think that as you come into this realization of your own self-worth, your desire to expand out into your community and socialize becomes more apparent. Maybe today. Temperance. Oh, also the 3 of Cups with Temperance can indicate that like if you drink a lot, it's time to chill for a little bit. Judgment reverse, because it might actually be holding you back with the 7 of Pentacles from the 9 of Pentacles here. And Strength reverse, interesting. This thing came up last week where I was talking with somebody about how alcohol can give you like liquid courage, but when you're socializing, because of liquid courage, there's like a willpower. There's a willpower that's being, I want to say a well power. There's like a wellspring of your willpower that's being drawn on by the spirits, right? By alcohol. But like when you're able to summon the courage and the boldness to do that yourself without the assistance of an intoxicant, there's an entirely different sense of power and self that comes from that. So if you're somebody who's been trying to quit drinking, or just trying to get clear so that you can sort of be more aligned internally, this is your sign to like start now, because the vision of self-actualization that comes from that, even if it's just temporary, is a big eye opener for you, I think. Ace of Cups reverse. I think that 9 of Cups reverse. Stop drinking. Wherever you are, chill out on that for a little bit. The Star reverse. Yeah. The King of Wands reverse is interfering with your willpower. If there's anything else interfering with your willpower, it could be something emotional. It doesn't have to be alcohol, but you might be experiencing some emotional drawbacks. Around, I feel like it's this Magician reverse, Chariot reversed, Ace of Swords reverse. Somebody like not telling the truth, trying to get their way, trying to hold you back. I'm so tired of these people. um, Six of Wands reverse, High Priestess reverse, 9 of Swords reverse. Again, this is somebody who's just coming in to fall on their own sword while trying to hold you back. So have compassion for them. They might be childish in their emotions and in their mind, and they might thrive on drama, and you don't have to. So 5 of Swords. Yeah, this is I think the 5 of Swords is who this person is. And the King of Cups reverse, somebody who is lacking compassion. 5 of Swords, somebody will say something to win at all costs. Just move on. Send your attention to where it deserves to go. There's no need to allow the grief of the past to hold you back any longer. The Lovers reverse, especially if it was a past love, like just send it over to spirit. They may not ever find what makes them happy, but you can wish happiness on them, the Hierophant, and you can hope that the justice that is necessary in this situation gives you perspective on who you are. The Empress. Walking away from emotional burdens, setting down any victim mentality from the past, picking up the Ten of Wands. Like, there's a part of you that's willing to shoulder a certain amount of energetic responsibility for others. The Tower, for others' suffering. I don't know who you are, but I feel like this is somebody who does that regularly. Knight of Pentacles reverse, because you feel like people can't carry the weight of their own burdens. Justice reverse. Like they were starting in an unfair situation to begin with. You feel chained to that responsibility for some reason as a nurturer, Empress. Three of Pentacles reverse. I think that one thing coming through around this is like, if you have a tendency to take on other people's energetic burdens, or even like financial burdens with the Knight of Pentacles reverse, Three of Pentacles reverse, one thing coming through with the Strength reverse and that whole lesson about willpower is that if you're a crutch for somebody, right, you're preventing them from learning those lessons. And you're also signifying to them that you don't think they have what it takes to be able to pick up the responsibility of those lessons. So if this is like your child, for instance, allow them to do what needs to be done on their own. This is a sign to stop enabling, if that's something that you have a tendency to do out of a desire to protect people from their suffering. Allow them to feel the consequences of their actions, maybe fall on their own sword, and be there to support them emotionally when they come out the other side. Page of Wands reverse, King of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, I feel like this is somebody who puts their energies internally and materially just into things that are wasteful, and you are pretty together. Two of Cups connection. This person may project onto you, especially if they're doing some deep shadow work around allowing themselves to be happy. Allow yourself to be secure and abundant. Yeah. Just don't let anybody into your energy at this time who's trying to hold you back, because there's a tower coming around how you open, around what is already in place for you and who is already on your team. Let's see. Let's get one more card. I think this is it today. The Knight of Pentacles and the Devil. Interesting. The Knight of Pentacles is the donkey. Stubborn, balance, agile, strength, and determination. When you encounter the Knight of Pentacles during a reading, you may need to consider if you lack the energy of the Knight and need to buckle down and get to work. On the other hand, if there's an overabundance of this energy, ask yourself, are you clinging to something no longer viable and unable to see your situation differently? When it comes to letting go of a long-held vision or goal, call on the donkey's energy, as it will aid you in finding humility. The donkey will help carry the burden of letting go of something you've held on to for some time. And when you allow this energy in, you will feel a weight lifted from your shoulders. I think that the energy here that you're letting go of is one of blame. With the blamelessness card here, that's really interesting. Because of the Devil, when you choose to sit on the couch and binge watch an entire season of a TV show while eating a pint of ice cream instead of tackling a nagging chore that needs to be done. Interesting. Okay, when we choose silence over speaking up, when we play small out of fear of being ridiculed, that is the devil's work. I think that's what you've been doing, playing small out of fear of being ridiculed. The energy slips in to create a seed of self-doubt, and then reinforces it by feeding ideas for a much more appealing scenario, one that doesn't cause pain. When we refuse to face reality, we allow ourselves to stay put in a destructive pattern or habit. When the pain of suffering required for freedom is too extreme, we are at the devil's mercy. freedom and liberation. This is the second thing that mentions that. So there's some sort of devil that you've been dealing with that you are getting free from today. The sun was here and moving forward. And you may have a process of moving 10 steps forward and 2 steps back, but you are going to be successful in it. When the devil appears, you may need to examine if something masks itself as an easy solution or a less than challenging alternative. The jackalope means myth, legend, man-made, and mystical. I'm not sure who this is for, Scorpio, excuse me. But if it resonated with you, please let me know. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.